Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time, fresh from his Italian adventure. Robbo is with us. Do you have a nice holiday, Robbo?
I had a very nice holiday, thank you, Daniel. Yes, much better that I didn't have to speak to you at any point, or you didn't send me any dodgy texts.
Unnecessary right from the off.
That's aggressive. Oh, man.
Well, just when I'm having a nice time, I get a dodgy text from you saying something stupid, you know.
There must have been somebody over there, Robbo, that kind of reminded you of, you saw somebody, some Italian chap, obviously a little fella, and you thought, he looks like an annoying Dan Thomas, like.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, the waiter. It was the waiter.
The waiter.
Down this road.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Craig, how did you wake up this morning?
What do you mean? Well, I woke up, breathing.
Breathing, yeah.
That's a good start.
My eyes were a little puffed. In fact, they were a lot puffed.
You really couldn't open them properly?
Barely opened my eyes.
Wow.
Which,
what a brave little soldier.
But he's here.
He still comes in.
Well, no, I tried to get off.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah.
But,
You had to fight his clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did send our boss a photograph just in case he thought I was trying to blag it.
Oh.
Just in case,
Yeah.
But
sort of seasonal allergies, you reckon?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although the wife and the daughter were suggesting it might have been something else.
Oh, wow.
They wanted me to go and be. But they wanted me to go.
Oh, doctors, what do they know? I'm disappointed.
Do you know what perked me up?
What perked you up?
The golf clubs turned up.
Yes! Robbo, you've probably missed this adventure.
Yes,
What an adventure it was.
Craig went on a golfing holiday to Leeds.
Leeds.
Put his golf clubs, obviously checked them in.
Checked them in and
Never saw them again.
Yeah.
It's been quite funny, though.
I don't know why it's so funny.
The way this has been chronicled on Twitter from Mr. Burley.
I've showed a lot of patience with the airline.
What was the airline? You going to tell me the airline?
I'm going to rise above that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Aer Lingus.
Oh, dear, yeah, well, that sums it up. I'd never go with them.
Right, let's move on. New sponsors of the show. What is the panel's thoughts about chipping in and buying Craig a new set of golf clubs? You don't need them now.
No, and also I've seen the kind of sticks that you lot use.
Right.
And your cheapskates.
Well, we don't play the same amount as you do, I suppose.
I need to. If you're chipping in for golf clubs, they need to be the standard required, not the sort of.
Stevie's. Well, Stevie's golf club.
That's the man I'm thinking about. If that man.
Has he still got genuinely woods?
The last time he played, which is, he hasn't played. He doesn't play very often. He hasn't played this year. When I looked in his bag, I just started shaking my head, going, "Dearie me."
Oh, dear. Shaka, which of this year's league winners is most likely to have the most disappointing season next year? So where we go? Manchester City,
They'll be all right.
PSG,
Leverkusen.
Real Madrid. By Leverkusen by default.
Maybe by default.
Why is it by default?
Well, because the other three you can't really see struggling in the league, can you?
That wasn't the question.
Say again.
You said the question was.
Yes.
Which of the league winners do you
Yes.
see struggling?
Yes.
Yeah.
But those other three...
There's no default isn't part of the question.
No, but I added it. Well,
that's
to the
what-
answer. Like,
yeah.
by default, out of those four teams, you would say by Leverkusen, it's difficult to put an argument as to why those other three would struggle. Thus, the use of the word default.
But there was no need for it.
Well, I felt there was. I enjoyed it.
I think they statistically and historically it would tell you that they are more likely to have a tougher time obtaining their title.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing I wasn't expecting, it's a grammar debate.
Well, this is
on
what we
ESPN
bring.
FC.
What we bring, Shaka.
Yes, I see that.
Have you heard the grammar on this show? There's very much, as you said many moons ago about one of our colleagues who won't be mentioned. It was just, what was it? Lucky dip on his veils, on his THEIR and his THEIR. Lucky dip. That'll do.
Robbo, when you signed with a football agent, how did they approach you, or did you contact them first?
I didn't ever sign with a football agent.
Didn't you, Rob?
No, I made a big mistake when there was a football agent in England called John Holmes, who had David Gow, the cricketer, Peter Shilton, the footballer, Tony Woodcock, and Gary Lineker. And he came to see me, and I met him and quite liked him, but he talked about insurances and things like that. And I thought, I'm not really interested in what you can sell me or what insurances I can have. I want to know what you're going to do for me on the football field. And that never came across, so I didn't go with him. He then had most of the top players in England at the time, so bad mistake by me.
When you say insurance, he wasn't trying to sell you car insurance on the side.
No, his job was he was a broker, an insurance broker, but it was also became an agent. John Holmes. He went on to be the chief executive of Wasserman's and you name it. I'm trying to think the other company he had, but he was the top agent for quite some while in England.
Ah, now you had the same agent as Gareth Bale. How did that come out?
So I had 3 agents during the course of my career. So first when I was in the US, I was contacted by 2 Scottish brothers who acted as agents, and they got me with Reading. But then they kind of walk
Two
around.
Scottish brothers.
Yeah, John and Jim Simpkins, I think their name was.
All right.
But then,
Me think this just be a pair of lads from Glasgow.
well, very well could be. Very well could be. But
They set you up for your first one.
Right, I'm
And then you
leaving
fell out
college
with
in
them?
the US.
Because you got big time at Reading?
No, and they just kind of disappeared. And then I actually signed with this guy who was an accountant, but represented a couple of players at Reading, so I just went with him. And then finally, through Brian Lara, Jonathan Barnes and David Manassi first represented Brian Lara. They contacted me and approached me, and I signed with them, and they've been my agents throughout.
And they looked after you.
No complaints at all.
Yeah. What about you?
Do I know?
I don't know. We do want to know. Now you say you don't want to know.
No, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, by default,
I'm
that
really
answer makes
intrigued.
us interested.
By default, I've decided not to answer this. I'm taking the 5th.
Really? Are you?
It's not very interesting.
I think people are interested.
What? 2 agents.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
How did you get the first one?
He approached me.
Okay. Yeah. What did he say?
Hi, Greg.
He said, your eyes are looking puffy.
I've got some golf clubs here for you.
He said, have you found your golf clubs? And somebody punched you in the face.
So then why do you switch from one
Dan.
to another?
I don't know.
Oh, God. Yes, Robbo.
Dan, you know who Shaka's biggest agent was Harry Redknapp. That's where he got most of his money from.
Yeah.
I always switch from one to the other because you think
Somebody
you're
sell
gonna
a
get
Robbo some
something-
insurance.
You think you're going to get something better.
Right. And did it work out that way?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked out any different or not. I did get approached a couple of times by some other agents who were, how can I put it, well renowned in the game for getting deals done.
Okay. Ruthless.
No, and to be fair, not ruthless, but just knowing. But well, put it one way: getting players to clubs that you used to go. Hold on a minute.
How did that?
How did that happen? And I never did that, but then I'm kind of wondering whether I should have done.
Okay.
You know, because players have been planted at clubs on big money, and agents have been paid big fees, and dare I say it, maybe managers have taken, some of them, maybe have taken a bit of a kickback. And players have made a lot of money doing that. And it's just been having the right agent. I've always had somebody who was just honest, and I know it's maybe the wrong thing to say, but certainly back when Shaq and I were playing, was honesty wasn't always the best policy in this agency game. Now it's changed a bit, it's more regulated now than it was. But back then there was definitely players making big moves to clubs and getting paid handsomely for a couple of years that they would never have happened if they went with certain agents.
See? Yeah, that was interesting. Craig, I've recently heard the phrase bag of pants. Is this a traditional Scottish phrase? Would you say Archie's jacket collection is a bag of pants?
But I've never really heard bag of pants.
No?
It might be a Scottish phrase. I don't
Robbo, have you heard of bag of pants?
No, I haven't actually. No, but I would anything that suggests that Archie's jackets are bad, I'd go with because they are shocking.
I mean, they could just buy a jacket. I mean, he may say to me, you could buy a shirt. And I suppose I could, and I've got the odd one at home.
What a great conversation that would be.
Yeah, but it's
right,
better
for
than the
Robbo,
agent conversation.
for Robbo, who would you like to see become the next England manager if Southgate were to leave?
Oh dear, that's a difficult one. Who could be the? Give me some clues, Dan. Who else is there out there that would be the England manager? Would he have
Klopp,
to be
maybe
English?
after a sabbatical? You don't have to be English.
Yeah,
would you?
Jurgen Klopp. I wouldn't want Thomas Tuchel. Maybe Pochettino can take England from sort of second to fifth or sixth in the world. So yeah, those are the sort of manager that everybody would look at, I suppose. Pochettino. There's a good man. He would get on with the FA.
You could see the England fans taking to Pochettino.
Definitely, he would play it.
Because he seems quite popular
most definitely.
amongst the fan base.
Yeah.
I'm very in with that fan base. And I mean,
I know you are very in.
I touch, but I know I'm sort of man on the street, and I think Pochettino.
You and Stevie are the man on the streets.
I'm
I was chatting to some Liverpool fans.
sort of man of the people, me. I'm down there, and that's the kind of feeling I'm getting.
As a goalkeeper, Shaka, were there particular penalty kick styles you felt more confident against? What made those styles preferable?
Styles?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like
a run-up.
If someone just hammered it or looked to place it.
Or like a slow run-up, or... Why am I asking you?
I'm trying to lead you to... It's not
No, I didn't realise there were styles. I thought people took penalties in different
Well,
types.
hold on, not everybody...
What's a style?
Well, not everybody runs up the same way. I mean, have you not noticed this ever?
Everybody runs them differently.
Did you close your puffed eyes like that?
Have you seen his record at saving penalties over the years? I don't think Shaka saved any, did he?
It's Robbo.
So did you prefer like an Eric Cantona when he used to just sort of saunter up, casual as you like, or did you prefer somebody that like Stewart
For a
Pearce?
quick run-up.
Pearce when he was snorting.
Yeah.
And you knew.
For a quick run-up.
Right.
Because you could time the strike better.
OK. There we are. See, that's the answer, Shaka.
Oh, you could time right. Yeah.
Right.
Final question. Are you looking forward to hanging with Don when he arrives tomorrow? Robbo, I messaged Don yesterday and I said, when do you get here? And he said, I fly Wednesday, but I don't know.
That sounds like a very Don answer, I would say.
Very much.
He's not staying in West Hartford by himself again, is he?
Yeah, he's in West Hartford. I'm driving him in every day.
Guess who's his driver?
He said he's going to give me some gas money.
He's going to tie himself to a stop sign and just wave at people. Very excited about it.
When he was here last time, Robbo, he took pictures of stop signs. He loved it.
I tell you.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was an interesting stay that he had the last time.
I don't know why I've got that. I hope he's got a head guard with him. Some sort of head guard.
Why? Who's
Well,
going to walk into something?
No, but I'm feeling on this show, he's. I just get this feeling, I don't know what it is, when he's going to say things that are going to be challenged.
There we are.
The last time he was on,
challenge.
this time last year, he was talking about Harry Kane would never go to Bayern Munich. I've got inside information.
Yes.
He kept on saying, inside information. I know his brother. He's not going to Bayern Munich. He wants to break the Premier League scoring record.
Yes.
Alan Shearer's record. No way going to Bayern Munich. And why would he want to go there anyway? That was what he said.
I presume.
Oh, Robbo, memory like an elephant.
Yeah, Robbo's been holding on to that one for a year.
I wonder if he had to renew another work visa, because the last time he had to do that was just
Yeah, it was just a nightmare.
well, it was kind of, it's relatively simple for normal people, but it was like
Well,
trials and tribulations. Anyway, it's going to be fun.
it's going to be something. Don then will be here with us on Thursday. ESPN FC, of course, back tomorrow.
Double shift. Is he double shifting it Thursday? Get him straight in, bang, double
Of
shift.
course, yeah.
Show.
Do the show and the live show.
The live show.
Yes.
Oh, you'll be excited about
Yeah,
that.
most definitely. You here
told-
tomorrow?
Sorry?
All right, it's going to be a find your way in.
I'm not here tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
It's like Mr. Magoo this morning. About the house.
That's it then. ESPN FC back tomorrow as we continue our countdown to the start of the Euros. US-Brazil, when's that? That's tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
I know, I was helping you out.
Game 3 in the basketball is tomorrow as well. Boston
Shaq, you're a big
Celtics against
Celtics
Dallas
fan.
Mavericks.
Big
As
Celtics
you know,
fan.
Dan, as you know.
Looking good at the moment.
Well,
you think they're going to sweep them?
I'm not going to jinx them, Dan.
How's Larry Bird?